Hi everyone, this is Guthrie Govan here, and I'm here to chat to you for a moment about microtonal bends. They're not as clever as they sound, but they can make a huge difference to your playing. If we take the typical blues box, so that's the kind of shape you'd obviously use in the key of B minor. What a microtonal bend would be something like this. What you're actually doing there is playing a note that's correct and then squeezing it slightly out of tune. Any kind of music that's blues or rock related, you have the luxury of being able to squeeze certain notes so that they become a pitch that you won't find on a piano. You might bend this to a note that's not really D and it's not really D sharp, it's somewhere in the middle, D.2 perhaps. And hopefully you can hear that adding a few of those touches can make a lick sound a lot more earthy and filthy and primal and raw and bluesy and good. So if I play a simple lick with all the right notes and then I'll play the same thing again but squeeze some of the notes slightly out of tune, hopefully you can hear that although this is okay, this somehow sounds better. Hopefully phase one is now completed. You believe me, you believe that microtonal bends can help you sound a little more sincere in your blues and rock playing. Here's how it works. You can't do this to every note, otherwise you get... and it sounds atrocious, and you will be fired from your band. And it won't be my fault, because I'm about to explain how you can bend certain notes but not others. For any scale shape you're using, find your root note. We're in B minor at the moment, so your root is B. There are the B's in the scale. So the note that lends itself the best to being bent slightly sharp is the flat third. And in less theoretical terms, that's the note that comes after the root note. So there's the root. The next note in the scale is this one. Because it's a flat third, I should be able to squeeze it maybe a quarter tone sharp and get cool results rather than just sounding out of tune. So that works for any flat third in any scale position. The next time you're running through your pentatonic boxes, maybe slow it right down. Instead of having the race with the metronome, maybe try and find the minor third in each of those positions and experiment with squeezing it slightly sharp. And the one thing that will really help here and make you sound more believable is to pay attention to what happens at the end of the note. If you compare the difference between this one and this, which I think is worse, hopefully you'll feel the same. Now the second one's easier to do, because in the second one I bent the note slightly sharp, let it ring for a while, and then let it down to its natural resting place. But really what you're doing is taking a note that exists in Western music theory and tweaking it until you've got just the right effect. What you need to do then is cut the note off while it's bent so people remember it in a nice way. Like that. So it might be a mixture of muting with this hand, and as with any other kind of playing, this hand, your picking hand, because it's so close to the strings anyway, you might as well use it to cut that string off. Once you get used to the idea, and you've explored all your different pentatonic shapes, you could then try the same thing with the flat seventh. This also works. And rather than counting up one note from the root, you count down one note in the root. So if there's your B root note, the next note down in the scale is there. So with those pair of notes, the flat third and the flat seven, squeeze both of those slightly sharp, mute them at the end, and you should be able to transform some fairly pedestrian blues rock licks into something that sounds like it's come straight from the Mississippi Delta. I wish you luck in that quest. Cheers.